Welcome back to another Manga Monday. Today I am going to be talking about the 100 girlfriends that really like you. It's such a weird name. I have no idea. It's one that has definitely caught my attention that I am collecting over time. There's going to be quite a few reviews. I just feel like when you hear something like this, it is absolutely just, what? Huh? I wanted to review it. Now, when I wrote this review, I wrote it like I think when the first issue came out, and kind of following or the first volume. So when kind of moving in and seeing a few things right now, the way that I see it is that it's got a lot of potential, but I kind of wish the main character was something slightly different. Let's get into this lovely review. The main character, Rentaro, is basically down in his luck. He has asked lots of girls out and they've all shot him and said, no, I do not want this. And it's like, oh no, okay, I've been shot down multiple times. Great. He then goes off to a shrine and talks to a god, and the god comes out and goes, yeah, so about that, yeah, you're meant to meet one soulmate in your entire life. Yeah, I messed up and I made that 100. I put 2 extra zeros or an extra 0 on this, and yeah, you've got to meet 100 girls. You've got to ask them out, otherwise they die. Yep, we're in that thing of he meets a special someone, and then that's it. It's hey, you've got to ask them out, and yeah, if not, they die. Great fun. 100% absolutely great. So yeah, it kind of starts off. Now, when I was kind of reading this, I felt like this was really rushed. Like, basically, it's, I've got to meet these girls, I've got to meet these girls. And I feel like you could obviously expand this over to at least 100 volumes, which would be absolutely fantastic, because each volume could mainly focus around, like, say, one of the girls, a group of them, and kind of really like bring it together. And I think that's what I generally really wanted from this most of all. I feel like at the very beginning, it is literally, here are the 2 girls you meet for the very first time. They get a few pages and then boom. It would have been nice if they actually went on proper dates, but you then meet other characters kind of straight away. There's kind of a bit of, I would say it's a bit kind of waiting. It's more like, hey, we're going to, for the next couple of pages, this is all going to be about, hey, we're going to play a game, and whoever gets this gets my first kiss. And I'm just like, I much would have preferred rather taking those games out and then saying like, hey, they're going on dates, they're doing the cute thing, they're going to karaoke, they're going to like getting food, they're going to theme parks, they're actually going on dates, rather than, you are now my girlfriend, you have to suck this up, fuck it, and then move on to the next person, and then so on and so on. And it just kind of feels a little bit kind of rushed, and I don't like it. But it's generally kind of caught me, because out of all the harem animes that I have watched, this one, I want to say, I don't know if it's been turned into an anime. I'm guessing it is right now, but I wholeheartedly want everything to do with this one. I would support that anime with my entire being, because I love the idea. I know it would irritate me, because if the main character is going to be exactly like he is in the anime, he's going to annoy me. But I kind of want to see what kind of progresses in this. The main 2 things at the very beginning was how this would flow, because each person, like, if this is going to be realistic, one girl may turn around and say, no, I don't want it. If you're going to date me, then we are going to date 100%. And I was like, I'm hoping that comes in. Now, at the moment of the time of this recording, there's, I think, around about 6 volumes out so far. When I wrote this, the first one had only come out. So I know exactly what happens later on. I just haven't kind of caught up. But when I want to see how this is all going to be illustrated, because I can imagine at the very end, like when the manga finishes completely, it's going to turn around and say like, and that was my life with 100 girls. And I kind of really want to see how that works. And I also kind of know that the girls aren't going to like each other at the same time. So that also kind of plays in. So I'm very kind of invested because it's a manga to me that I feel is going to be completely different. And that's what I'm all here for. I do kind of think this is going to be a tier list. And I think I will make a tier list at the very end of the run and basically put them all into order of who I think is the best, etc., etc. I can clearly see this being 50 books. But if you really, really wanted to kind of push it, 100 volumes would be fantastic in my eyes. I think it would be amazing. I don't want this to kind of stop anytime soon. So like say it gets to book 25 and it's like the next chapter is going to be the end. I don't want that. I want this to be the best that it can be, and I am all here for it. Like, it needs to happen. In my notes, I have made that I got very bored with the kissing game, and I've just mentioned this, and it generally really irritates me because the way that they put this forward is like, you've got Rentaro, he's like, oh, I haven't been kissed, and the two girls want to be the first person to kiss him. And then they come up with this thing like, oh, if you've got the straw, then like this will do this, and like, you know, the whoever has the longest like piece of straw or wood or whatever, they're the ones who get it. And then one girl will be like, oh no, I want to kiss him. And I generally kind of thought, do you know what, this is something that wouldn't necessarily make me interested in the manga, because I just feel like the way that Rentaro is like, hey, you know, I've got to make sure that every single person is fine, like everybody's happy. But regardless of what you do, I would just turn around at the very beginning and go, right, we're having a three-way kiss, and there we go. Whatever it is, or if you girls want to kiss me half and half, however it works, that's what I would do. I would just instantly just say, look, we're all going to kiss at the same time, and, you know, then you both get my first kiss. That's something that would work out 10 times better, rather than waste time on like, well, you know, if I can't give this person my first kiss because it's not fair, and we have to make sure that everything is exactly the same. It doesn't work, and I feel like there was so much of a better way of getting around this. I would have loved more time with, I'm hoping I'm going to get this right, is Inda and Hakurai, or Hakurai, I think. Because, as I said, it just feels like you meet these two girls that will do pretty much anything for Rentaro. It's like, hey, we want to get together and like find me a 4-leaf clover, blah blah blah. And then instantly you're moving over to Shizuka. I hope I got her name right. And this irritates me because it feels like she gets more time in this manga than the others do. And I wanted to personally just be like, I want to see more of a date. I want to see more of a time of getting to know the first two characters. Now, if they do an anime, I really hope that they put this into the anime where it's going on dates for the first time, even if it kind of moves away from the actual manga, because I feel like if you want to care about one character, you have to have enough time to kind of form that bond and go, no, yeah, I think Rentaro should go out with this person. You know, this is the best girl, or however that you do it that way. And for me personally, I think that would have been the way that I would have like done this. If they kind of go down the road of, hey, here is one person, and then here's another, and then 3 pages later, it's like, here's another 8 people. I feel like this would be this would really annoy me more than anything. I'm not all for this particular thing of, hey, we just introduce these characters and then we move on. Now, the reason why I keep saying all of this is how I feel like this entire first volume is. It's not like I would turn around and say it's the best thing in the world, but I feel like we need more of these characters to be flushed out. Otherwise, you could probably finish this off in, I would say, maybe like 10, 20 books, and then that's it, and then be like, well, okay, well, who did he choose? Who do I like? Who do I think he should have got with? And that's how I think that this is, how all of this is going to go. As soon as you hit 100, it's like, right, cool, who does he choose? Who is the best person? And who do I like from a reader's perspective? So when you see the interaction with Inda and Hakurai, I really like this, and I generally thought that this might be like a parallel paradise situation. But obviously this is completely tamed down because obviously they want to sell more books compared to what Parallel Paradise is. It's a good manga. I need to kind of finish going through most of that. But I kind of feel that they easily could have brought this in right now, and they could have turned this into not mature, but at least something that isn't more like, hey, I'm gonna be like kind of all over the place, woohoo type thing. I much would have preferred to be the main character, be more assertive, more like straight there, rather than like, oh no, what am I gonna do type thing. And again, I'm hoping as the anime and manga kind of progresses, that's what we'll see. I really like the art style in this. I feel like this is the standard of what I want to see when it comes to anime and manga. I know obviously it can be better, but I really like this art style. And I generally thought, and I really hope that when the anime comes out, if it does, or when it does, I have a feeling that it should be continuous, like the manga. It's not kind of put into parts like this anime that I can't stand, where it's like, hey, we're in the classroom, hey, how are you doing? And then suddenly the next scene it's like, hey, we're doing something different, rather than a continuous shot. Now, obviously, I've read a bit further on, so I'm going to pretend that I haven't and say what I've got next. So you see this blue-haired girl who I think's in the first couple of pages, or the first page at least, where it's like, who is this person? Obviously, you know that they're going to come along, and I was like, is this going to be a teacher? Because I think that would be very interesting in a way. I know a few people wouldn't like it, but I would be like, oh, okay, this is something. So I'm guessing that she's probably going to be a teacher or something like that. Is it going to be fun to see? I have no idea, but I kind of want to see how they kind of progress this, because she looks more like Yenna from some convenience store. But I'm wondering how they're going to play on this, because I'm guessing he can't just date an entire whole school of people. I'm guessing that there are going to be other characters from different areas. I would love to see if like someone from another country. I think that would be really, really cool. How do you kind of play on that one? I think that would be fantastic to see. I am pretty much invested in this manga a lot. I really like the name of the title. It's what I really wanted to see, and I feel like this is going to be something for me where I will wholeheartedly buy every issue. I know I've got to buy volume 6. I'm going to be going through all of these, and I feel like I need to kind of analyze each one and kind of give it in depth, so that might be a thing coming forward. But yeah, I'm totally on board for this manga. I really enjoyed it. I feel like some parts could have been better, like getting rid of the kissing game and turned it into more of a, hey, let's actually get to know the characters a little bit more, rather than, you know, just the same old stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of generally really interested in knowing about this. Anyway, I am gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts on the manga? The 100 girlfriends that really love you, etc. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help does go a long way to support the channel. And if you want to consider helping the channel, then links to my Patreon as well as the channel members are listed below.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。